Hi, everyone. It's your friendly neighborhood coach, Jason. Today, we're talking about the loneliness epidemic. This is something that keeps coming up, whether with friends or with clients, and the idea of it is all over the place. And I wanted to talk about some things that I can suggest that you would do that I'm trying to work on with my own friends and family also. So, the idea behind it is that there is a loneliness epidemic, especially around guys. If you're not a guy and you're watching this, I'm assuming that you know a guy and maybe you can tell him these things and it will help him. So, the loneliness epidemic for guys is basically this idea, especially with older guys, but with guys in general, that guys are lonely. And when they're older, it can be at the level that is soul crushingly difficult. Now, there's a level of this that makes sense to me because when you're older, you're dealing with a lot of grief and your circle has already shrunk in, but I'll get into that in a minute. I want to give you some things that you can actually do. I'm following the idea of what's considered to be medicine 3.0. We're dealing with the problem before you get to the problem. So this is something that applies to younger guys or ideas that apply to younger guys, but they work for older guys too. And I'll be honest, I have sort of a spidey sense that this is going to be a challenge for women of the younger generation too, and that women are going to face their own version of this. Women are going to face their own version of this, despite the fact that generally speaking in Western society, which is where my clients and friends live, that women are more connected and better at being connected than men are. So listen up for the solutions anyway. Let's go. Number one, be tough. What do I mean by be tough? I don't mean take up boxing or fighting, although maybe. What I mean is choose the tougher option for communicating. Choose the option that has more friction. What do I mean by that? Right now, a lot of us communicate in group chats or on the messaging side of all of our favorite social media apps. And what we get is a lot of communication for things that are cool. People send me pictures, jokes, videos, cute animals, songs I might like. The list is almost endless of the kind of things that your friends will send you to show that they care about you. What I'm suggesting you do is choose the difficult option. The difficult options are the most difficult is planning a time to meet with your friends, to do something necessarily where there's a focus for you, but to do something where you can mostly focus on each other. So, an example of things that you focus on are when you go to watch a sport, when you watch a movie, when you go to a concert. The majority of the time that you spend at these kind of events is going to be spent focusing on something that you're both looking at. There's nothing wrong with that. And frankly, it's better than sending each other videos of the concerts you go to. But what I'm talking about ideally is an option where you actually spend time together in each other's presence if possible. Sure, you're going to talk about the books you read, the music you're listening to, the movies you've watched, but doing it in person is going to give you more depth of connection than doing it over social media, messaging apps, texting apps, all of the other options. If you can't meet up, it's still higher friction to have a video call or a phone call with someone than it is to use the messaging apps. So that's number one, is choose the higher friction option, the one that takes more effort and more commitment and is tougher for you. So that's when I say be tough, I mean choose the tougher option for building relationship because it actually, like a muscle, is building that ability to connect and stay connected, which you will need later on in life. So I'm suggesting this for people who are younger. But if you're like me, if you're in your 50s, it's not too late. You can flex your muscle by calling a friend and saying, hey, do you want to meet up? It doesn't have to be fancy. Can we go for a drink? It doesn't have to be alcohol. It can be a hot drink. Do you want to go grab wings? It doesn't have to be a fancy restaurant. It's just somewhere to go where you can talk to people and actually connect with them. So that's number one, is be tough. Number two, do new things. There's nothing wrong with doing favorites. I think we're in a place where a lot of us, though, our favorite thing is a routine and there's not really a lot of connection. Even if we go to church or we go to the mosque or we go to temple, we will go in and quickly do whatever we need to do and get out the back door. That's not doing something new. You can do something new at something that you already do. If you go to the gym or you play a sport, like if you're in a basketball league or a pickup volleyball or beach volleyball or something like that, you have the option to do the thing that you're doing in a way that is more connected than what you have been doing. So if you are going to your place of worship, the new thing would actually be to have relationships with people who are at your place of worship. If you That's doing something in a place that you already exist or you already go to that is new. If you do go to movies like I was talking about before, if you do go to sports with your friends, instead of just going to the sport, meet up beforehand so that you can spend some quality time with your friends talking and seeing how they're doing. If the time after works better, that's fine too. Doing new things, brand new things, allows you to meet new people or bring one of your friends who actually might be passionate about it. If you have a friend who's passionate about racing, like I am, I love racing. Uh, you might go karting, or you might go to a lapping day if you have the stuff on your car to go for a lapping day, which I won't get into right now. But if you have a friend who's also into that, tell them to bring their car, and it's a great time to be competitive. And again, afterwards or before, you get to spend the time with them. You also get to meet new people who are passionate about the same things that you are passionate about. That gives you the opportunity to have something to talk about. But the hope is that you don't just focus on the thing and that eventually you get to meet some cool people and talk to them about something you're both passionate about. I'll get more into cool people later on. Number three is stay connected deeply. If you have a couple friends or one good friend that you can really talk to about what's going on in your life, stay connected with them. I'm not telling you you need to talk to them every day or see them every week or every month. Sometimes the closest relationships you have are with people that you only see a couple of times a year. But whatever you can do, hold on to the people that you have around you who actually invest in the relationship with you. The people who ask how you're doing, the people who actually listen or see how you are responding and take into consideration that when you say, I'm okay, that could mean 50 different things. You want to hold on to those people and you want to reciprocate. Ask them how they're doing. See what's going on in their life. See what their challenges are. You need to go below the surface in these relationships in order to keep the connection that you're going to want later on in life. All of this is actually a lot like physical training. When you're younger, it's a lot easier to make connections. When you're younger, it's also typically a lot easier for you to build muscle. As you age, it gets more and more difficult. And frankly, just like muscle, you lose some muscle as you age. This is a real thing. Even if you're working out, you're probably going to lose some of the muscle that you had when you were younger. Most people, there's a few people who will be an exception, and I'm sure you're welcome to comment if you think that's not true. Similarly, you're going to lose some of your friends over time. Some of them will move away and not stay connected. Some of them just won't stay connected. And unfortunately, some of them will actually pass away. So no matter how many friends you have, you're going to lose some friends over time. I'm not trying to encourage you to have 500 friends or tell you that quality matters more than quantity. It's very difficult to manage more than a few relationships deeply. So I'm not trying to get you to go into this space where you're like, I've got to have all these friends. I got to collect them like Pokemon. That's not what I'm saying. But you want to have your cool friends around you and you want to, like I said before, maintain them. Collecting cool people is the name of the game. You want to think about the people who are around you who are cool. Cool is people who actually care and have things in their life that they care about. If you have people that just don't care about anything, maybe they haven't discovered what they care about yet, and that's okay. But frankly, most humans care about something. They might even care about being home and resting, but they care about something. So you finding the people who have things that are cool that you're also interested in is usually a good gateway to knowing they're cool. But I've enjoyed over time making friends with people who have cool things in their life that I totally don't understand or I'm not into. Some of them I've picked up their habits, some of them not so much. I listen to some K-pop, but I don't love K-pop. So just an example of some of my friends think K-pop's cool. They're super passionate about it. I'm not into it, and that's okay. Some of my friends were into Marvel movies. We used to go see them together. And we discovered that even though the movies were some of them just okay, that we always had a good time because we would talk about it and enjoy each other's company. And that's the part that really mattered, is that we had each other's company and there were friendships built out of it. So those are the things. I want you to be tough, pick the tougher option. Not so tough that it's burning you out, but you need to pick the tougher option if you want to maintain relationships, because sending each other reels is not going to be it. Sitting on Instagram or YouTube and just sending each other stuff is not going to be it. Number two is doing new things. Finding things and experiences that you can share with people is going to help you find the people that you want to spend time with. Number three is stay connected where you can. If you have good people, try to do your part to keep those good people. And number four, remember that it takes time and that you're building this over life. There is going to be some loss over time, and that's perfectly normal. Sometimes you'll lose friends who come back later. That's it. I hope this video helps. Thanks and have a good day. Take care.